Hey everybody, it's Majub Jr. And despite being a little late on the trigger on making the guide for the Tigershark LMG, I had to take my time with this one just to grind out the gun itself and to figure out what works best for it. But with that being said, let's just move on to the guide itself. In essence, the Tigershark is the bridge between assault rifle and LMG, boasting the best in-class reload speed and second place in mobility, just behind the Hades, equipped with the crossbar operator mod of course. The Tigershark itself boasts damage comparable to the Titan LMG, as it sustains a reliable 4-shot kill out to a long range before dropping off to a 5-shot kill. Utilizing the suppressor cuts down this range approximately in half, making the 4-shot kill drop off at medium range instead. Unfortunately, headshots in general are inefficient as they do not reduce the number of shots to kill to down opponents no matter how many headshots you get in a row. But high caliber on the other hand can produce a 3-shot kill, assuming that you land 2 headshots and 1 body shot. Or even at longer ranges, a 5-shot kill can be reduced to a 4-shot kill if you land 1 headshot and 3 body shots. This makes the suppressor plus high caliber a great duo as a means to compensate for the reduced range. The rate of fire of the Tigershark is fair for a 4-shot kill weapon at approximately 500 RPM, placing it slightly faster than the Titan, but still noticeably slower than the Hades by about 200 RPM. Therefore, with a slightly below average fire rate, paired with minimal recoil, this makes the Tigershark heavily accuracy dependent to remain competitive against weapons in the current meta. As for handling, despite the Tigershark being described as a mobile LMG, it is still surprisingly average in terms of aimed out side speed and sprint out time compared to the other LMGs. The two traits though that set it apart from the other LMGs in terms of handling is the swift reload speed at around 2 seconds, while equipping fast mags will almost cut this down in half to just above 1 second. However, this quick reload is offset by the subpar 48 round mag, which makes it the lowest in class, but it is still sufficient to last through most gunfights. And also, much like the Hades, the Tigershark has the trait that movement speed is unaffected when firing, which is great for strafing. Lastly, the operator mod for the Tigershark transforms it into a 6-round burst weapon with an extremely high rate of fire within the burst of around 1100 RPM. But this also introduces a quite lengthy burst delay of 300 milliseconds. What this now means is that while the Tigershark can now kill nearly twice as fast as it could before, it is now vastly less forgiving. This is since the burst delay is quite hefty, a high degree of accuracy is required to make use of the operator mod, as if the target doesn't go down in one burst, then it would just be a lot more worth it to go without the operator mod. For this, my recommendation is to try it out yourself, as accuracy makes or breaks this mod. And now with all of the stats of the Tigershark covered, let's move on to my recommendations for this LMG. From my experience, there is 2 viable builds for the Tigershark. One is a more stationary role that aims to mimic a rapid fire Titan. This build includes a Tigershark with grip, high caliber, suppressor, and any sight of your choosing, while also paired with the perk Scavenger, which provides a consistent build which is great at holding a position without letting your opponents know where you are so you can do your damage and relocate. Just when using this build, just try to attempt to aim a little higher than usual just to ensure that you land at least 1 shot to the head. The second build here is one that works best for me, but it requires a lot more practice to master. Starting off with the Tigershark with stock 2, a grip, and a reflex or elo, along with the perks Flak Jacket, Skulker, and Dead Silence, This build will allow for a mobile playstyle that is similar to the Hades crossbar, but a lot more accurate. It heavily relies on outstrafing your opponents to gain the upper hand on them. However, due to the long aim down sights time, it is absolutely key to pre-aim whenever you feel that there is a chance of a gunfight, just to gain every possible advantage over your opponents. Additionally, crouching will also help make you a much smaller target, as Skulker will ensure that you maintain your strafe speed, which complements Stock 2 perfectly. I should also mention that using equipment charge with this build is very beneficial, as if you use Firebreak or Crash, it can be a great asset to the build. As if you use Firebreak, you'll gain improved use of his reactor core by increasing his movement speed while using the reactor, and reducing self-inflicted burn damage, which allows for longer reactor use. Crash is also great since you get to refill your ammo, as it tends to run a little dry with this build. And then you will also have your 200 HP boost, which will make you a much harder target to kill by complementing your high strafe speed. But that's all for the Tigershark. It is a weapon that has incredible potential, but requires a lot of patience to learn how to maintain your accuracy while strafing, and remembering to pre-aim for your engagements. But stick with it and you'll be sure to find yourself putting down opponents swiftly and with ease. So that's all for this video. Like, commenting, and subscribing is always much appreciated. And as always, thanks for stopping by, and until the next video.